Super crappy review! Hey guys, and welcome to the first ever non-fighting game related review. I started this series to talk about niche games that I like, which is probably a terrible idea for a channel, but I'm tired of people overlooking them because of dumb excuses like, whenever I recommend animes to my friends, they keep saying stuff like, I don't like the art style, it's too edgy, ew, there are lollies, ew, the characters are furries. And then they watch some random YouTuber talk about it, and then they just watch the stuff I recommended to them like months ago. So today I'm gonna talk about a game that has all of those excuses. FUGA, Melodies of Steel. A turn-based RPG that has edgy furry children with an unusual art style, I think. I don't know anymore because I've consumed so much internet garbage, so if you're uncorrupted, please leave a comment and tell me if it's unusual or not. FUGA is a game that's part of the Little Tail Bronx series, made by CyberConnect 2, like Tail Concerto and Solatorobo. The story begins with a bunch of children who are playing happily in their village, but all of a sudden, they're attacked by Germans. I mean, Burmans. So the kids run into a cave, which conveniently has this giant tank called Tyrannis. The tank talks to them and tells them that it has the power to save their families. So they get on the tank and they start murdering the Burman army. And they get drunk on power. Until they reach this high-ranking official who they can't really beat. So the tank spirit starts talking to them and tells them that they can win at the cost of a life. So they sacrifice the fat kid and shoot the soul cannon, a weapon which can destroy everything. After sacrificing their friend, they realize that they're not invincible, that they can die at any moment, and that war is horrible. This is one of the running themes throughout the game, and I could talk more about it, but I don't want to spoil the game, so let's talk about mechanics. FUGA Melodies of Steel is primarily a turn-based tactical RPG. You control 3 of the tank's cannons, which are manned by one of the characters. Each character has their own specific cannon. Malt and Boron control the red cannons, which do a lot of damage but have bad precision. Sox and Hannah control the yellow grenade launchers, which are the most balanced weapon. May and Kyle control the blue machine guns, which do the least damage but have high precision. In combat we have the classic turn-based RPG options. You have your regular attack, which does the obvious. Skills, which can be special attacks or magic spells, which cost skill points or mana, because you gotta have magic in an RPG. You also have your defense skill, which lowers damage, but you can also stack it, and if you do it in a sequence, it absorbs even more damage. And finally, we have items, where you can use items from your inventory, like repair kits, magic potions, or special ammo. But that's not all, because below we also have more options, like formation, where you can swap out cannons in case you don't have the right one for the situation, or because one of your characters is damaged. But you gotta wait 3 turns if you want to use it again. There's also Analyze, which gives you enemy information and some flavor text for those people who are interested in the world's lore. And lastly, we have the Help button, which shows us the meaning of all of the game's icons, in case we forget any. Combat is simple at the start, but it gets more complex as you progress. Enemies have these colored stopwatches which you can destroy by firing with a cannon of the same color. And by doing this, you'll delay the enemy's turn, and that'll allow you to keep attacking. But there will be some moments where you might not want to delay the enemy's attack. Either because they're in a special phase or because they're about to start charging a big attack. Stuff like that. And that's all for combat. I mentioned that this game was mainly a turn-based RPG, but there are also more activities, which are kind of like a visual novel. We have these intermissions in the middle of the road, where you can interact with the characters inside of the tank. Here you can talk to them to improve your friendship and gain access to a link attack. In combat, you can assign a character to support the main cannon, to give them a special bonus. And if that character also has a good friendship level with the main cannon, they'll be able to perform a link attack, which hits all of the enemies and applies an effect depending on the character combination. Another thing you can do during this segment is improve the tank. You can make the cannon stronger, upgrade defenses, and improve the tank's mana pool. But to do this, you need specific materials, which you can find on the road, or fishing, which is another activity, or exploring ruins, which is also another activity on the tank. You can send 3 characters into these mini dungeons, where you gather materials with limited resources. You can miss out on some of the items here if you waste your bullets. There's also a kitchen and a farm within the tank, which go hand in hand, since the food that you harvest in the farm will be used for cooking. You can choose to grow fruits and vegetables on the farm, or raise animals like chickens and moo sheeps. Yeah, moo sheeps, because we gotta optimize. Anyways, these are the ingredients that you will use to cook meals that will give you nutrients to defeat the Germans. Burmans. And you're probably thinking to yourself, wow, it's so convenient that I can do all of these things during this segment. But not so fast! Because you only get 20 action points here, and each action can cost between 1 to 5 points, so you gotta choose carefully. Do you want to have the souped up tank? Or do you want characters that can defeat everybody with the power of friendship? You decide. But you can totally get everything if you go through the game again, since it saves your tank upgrades and friendship levels. That's right, this game has the power of replayability. And that's everything. FUGA is an extremely satisfying strategy game. I know a lot of people don't like to think while they're playing, and they would rather be like, brrr, tank goes brrr, brrr. But here it feels really good when you resolve a combat, especially if you avoid having to use the soul cannon. This was one of my most anticipated games last year, since I was one of the few people who got to play Solatorobo during its time, and this game didn't disappoint. It even gave me a surprise at the end, and if any of you got to enjoy Solatorobo, you'd probably like this game. It saddened me that this game barely got any attention, so I hope that this video informed you and made you want to give it a chance. And if you want to know more about this game's world, I recommend checking out CyberConnect2's YouTube channel. They have these silly character videos and interviews, like this one with Yoko Taro, where he keeps harassing the game's director.
放置して30分するとどうなるかっていうのをちょっと実験したいと思うんですが、松山さんの性癖についてちょっと語りたいと思うんですけれども。
何の話？何の話？
And that would be everything. Thank you for watching this video and remember to give it a like, comment and subscribe. I also reached my goal of 500 subs and now I would like to reach 1,000, so please subscribe. And if you like this content and would like to support me in any way, you can buy me a coffee, here, in Coffee. Okay, that's everything. Goodbye.